So dear student, I Rakesh Jain from Gyanwar University. Today I am going to teach you about the metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. First of all, just see this MS Paint file where I will show you the all about metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. Okay, so now on this MS Paint file, you just see that our topic name on this 12th June 2021, we are going to start a topic whose name is MOSFET. Actually, a device is there that is known as field effect transistor, FET, that it stands for field effect transistor. The previous transistor which you heard about was your BJT, bipolar junction transistor. As I have already been told in the previous lectures that bipolar junction transistor BJT is used for the purpose of amplification. Is used for the purpose of amplification, right? There are three terminals for any BJT, that is emitter, collector, and base. And there are two types of BJT, that is your NPN type BJT, that is NPN transistor, or PNP type transistor. Now, from this lecture, you will see the difference between a BJT and a FET, what the types of FET will be there, what is the meaning of MOSFET, how many kinds of MOSFET, about their symbol, about their construction, working principle. And after the completion of this lecture, you will see certain objective questions which are frequently asked in main examinations. So now see this, that there is a field effect transistor, as you see on this MS Paint file where I type FET, field effect transistor. Now what is the meaning of this statement? A kind of transistor, because I use the word transistor, that's mean for the construction of this kind of device, semiconductors are used like the ordinary BJT transistor. Okay, so P type semiconductor and N type semiconductor we will use to construct this device. Field effect means the purpose, the function of the transistor depends on the applied input field. Field means the applied voltage. It means a kind of transistor in which the output current varies in accordance with the change in the input voltage. That is known as field effect transistor. In the previous case of BJT, you have already been noticed that the change in the output current depends on the change in the input current. But here, the change in the output current depends on the applied input voltage at the input terminal. That's why it is known as field effect transistor. So the output will be changed as per the change of input voltage. Okay, I just write down here the basic meaning of this. A kind of transistor, a kind of transistor in which the output current varies or changes in accordance to, or with respect to, in varies with respect to the applied input voltage. The output current depends on the applied input voltage. That's why it is known as field effect transistor. That's why it is known as field effect transistor. Okay. So remember this thing, because in frequently asked objective kind of questions, it is generally comes in examinations like a type of transistor in which the output current depends on the applied input voltage is known as. So you should know that is your field effect transistor. Now this field effect transistor are actually of two types. Now this field effect transistor actually are of two types. One is your JFET and the second one is your MOSFET. One is your JFET and second one is MOSFET. So first is JFET and the second one is known as MOSFET, metal, okay, MOSFET. There are two kind of transistors. Now they further classified. I just explain you about those meaning. What is the meaning of JFET? The meaning of JFET is junction field effect transistor. The meaning of this JFET is, the full form of this JFET is junction field effect transistor. junction filled effect transistor, that is known as junction filled effect transistor, that is known as JFET. Now, what is the meaning of this? Junction means a type of device in which PN and semiconductors are used together. That is known as semiconductor, or for those combination of PN and we use the word junction. So that's why a kind of device in which PN and semiconductors are joined in a way such that the output current of that device depends on the applied input voltage. So that is known as junction filled effect transistor. So the meaning of this junction filled effect transistor is this one. And now the second, which is our today topic, that is your MOSFET. So now first of all, what is the meaning of this MOSFET? MOSFET actually abbreviated for the form of metal oxide, metal oxide semiconductor, semiconductor filled effect transistor. Metal oxide semiconductor filled effect transistor is known as MOSFET. Now, uh, what is the meaning of this MOSFET, that is MOSFET, metal oxide semiconductor filled effect transistor? So, because our today topic is MOSFET, so we will see later on after the completion of these basic symbols and these basic definitions, that in the construction and working principle you will see easily that how actually this metal oxide semiconductor filled effect transistor work as. Now, first of all, what is the meaning of this total term metal? Why we use the word metal? I just type with the blue color. So metal word we use because we will see that for the construction of this device, we will use a aluminum metal over there. We will use a aluminum metal for the taking the output terminal from this device. That's why aluminum word, because the aluminum is a metal. That's why the first word we use is metal, M. Second word is oxide. Now, why we use the word oxide? We use the word oxide because for the construction of this device, uh, we use a silicon dioxide which behave as a perfect insulator. In the construction of this device, we will see that silicon dioxide, which is a perfect form of insulator, is actually used, after which the terminal will be taken out from the aluminum metallization. That's why we use oxide word, because silicon dioxide layer is there. Why we use the semiconductor word? Because it is a transistor, so a P and N combination can be used, means P type semiconductor and N type semiconductor will be used for the construction of this MOSFET device, that is known as MOSFETs. That's why the third word is semiconductor, because here is a combination of P type semiconductor and N type semiconductor. And the last word are field effect transistor, because it is also a device which made from the in which the output terminal is taken out from the aluminum metallization. A layer of silicon dioxide layer is deposited and made from the PN N type semiconductors held together. Then a device will be constructed that work in a manner that the output current of the device will depends only on the applied input voltage, or we can say the output current of the device varies in accordance with the applied input voltage. That's why it is known as MOSFET, metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. Now we are going to see how many types of FET. That JFET are further classified as N channel JFET and P channel JFET. The N channel and P channel JFET. There are two kind of JFET. One is the N channel JFET and the second one is P channel JFET. So there are two kind of JFET actually, N channel JFET and P channel JFET. So N channel, and the second one is known as P channel JFET. Channel JFET. So there are two kind of field effect transistor. Now, if you talk about the basic symbol of the JFET, how the N channel JFET, either the transistor FET is JFET or MOSFET. There are three terminals always. they are differ from the BJT 3 terminal, because in the case of BJT, the name of those three terminal are emitter, base, and collector. Base is that which just provide the flow path, collector is that which will collect the charge carrier, and emitter is that which will distribute or which will provide the charge carrier or emit the charge carrier. So in BJT there was three terminal, emitter, base, and collector. But here in the case of field effect transistor, either it will be JFET or in the category of MOSFET, either N channel, either P channel, whether the type is. But if belongs from FET family, then the three name of those three terminals are drain, source, and gate. So just to see the N channel and P channel terminal. So N channel JFET and P channel, sorry, N channel FET and P channel FET. So the symbol of N channel FET is this one. If the arrow is towards inside direction, then this is known as, the upper terminal is known as a drain terminal, the lower terminal is known as source terminal, and the middle terminal is known as gate terminal. And this is a symbol of N channel JFET. Okay. Now, if you talk about the P channel JFET, then P channel JFET is just like opposite to N channel JFET. I just put the same symbol over here. Okay, so this is a symbol of P channel JFET. Only the arrowhead is at output side. Only the arrowhead will be at output side instead of input side. Okay, so see, instead of direct towards the arrowhead towards the inside, now the arrowhead is towards outside. Now the arrowhead is towards outside, then this is known as P channel JFET. If the arrowhead is inside the terminal, then that is known as N channel JFET. If outside the terminal, then that is known as P channel JFET. Either P channel or N channel, but the name of those three terminals are as it is. The three terminal name are as it is, JFET. Okay, the three terminals are as it is. One is known as drain, one is known as source, and one is known as gate. Now we talk about the metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. So metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor will be further divided into two categories. One is known as depletion enhancement type MOSFET and depletion enhancement. One is known as depletion enhancement type MOSFET, and the second one is known as enhancement only MOSFET. Enhancement only MOSFET. So there are these two kinds of MOSFET. One is known as depletion enhancement type MOSFET, and second one is known as enhancement only MOSFET. Now, what is the so there are two kind of MOSFET. A device which provide the output current depends on the applied input voltage, and for the construction of that device, if you use the aluminum metallization, silicon dioxide insulated layer is provided there, and PN and semiconductors are used for the construction, then that is known as metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor, which are of two types. One is known as depletion enhancement. The meaning of the depletion is decrease in, and the meaning of enhancement means increase in. So in which thing increase and decrease you will see during the time of working? In charge carrier. That's why a kind of device in which for the one condition of applied input voltage, the output current will be such that it will decrease. It means the number of charge carrier will be decrease. You will see how it will possible. And in the same device, if the applied input voltage is opposite polarity compare with the previous case in which the output current decreases, then we will see that now the output current will be increases. It means the number of charge carrier will be increases. So that's why enhancement. So depletion and enhancement both occurs in the same type of MOSFET. That's why that kind of MOSFET are known as depletion and enhancement type MOSFET. And how it possible, we will see later on during the time of working principle. Now the second one is enhancement only MOSFET. As you see on this MS Paint file, enhancement only MOSFET. So the meaning of enhancement only MOSFET is due to the applied input voltage, the output will be only increases, not go to the opposite kind. Means the output current either increase or not in, or constant at a zero or any other position, but it will not decrease. Then it is known as enhancement due to the number of charge carrier will not decrease. So that is known as enhancement only MOSFET. So there are two kind of MOSFET. One is enhancement MOSFET, one is depletion MOSFET or depletion enhancement MOSFET. Okay, now see this one. So this is known as enhancement. Now they are further classified into two categories: N channel and P channel. Both are them classified into N channel and P channel. Okay. Now see how it will possible. For the case of depletion enhancement, that is N channel, and this second enhancement only, the depletion enhancement also categorized in P channel. So N channel and P channel depletion enhancement. And the enhancement only MOSFET is also further classified into two categories, the N channel and P channel. So I just copy this as it is, so you will understand that they will be classified into N channel and P channel. Okay. Now the basic symbol of that N channel and P channel I am going to draw. Now look at very carefully, because if you notice the symbol, if you remember those symbols, then they will be useful for explaining the working principle and construction of them. Okay. So N channel depletion type MOSFET, that is N channel either P channel, but that is depletion type MOSFET. So in the case of N channel, there will be three terminal, drain, source or gate. Now see, in the case of depletion enhancement MOSFET for the N channel, the middle terminal is your gate terminal, this one. Now there is a line from the upper terminal, you will take a terminal that is known as drain. Then there will be these two lines. One terminal will be taken out, and that is known as source. But the arrowhead will be at inside direction. So this is known as N channel depletion type MOSFET or N channel depletion enhancement type MOSFET. Now second one is the P channel depletion enhancement type MOSFET. So in the case of P channel depletion enhancement type MOSFET, the arrowhead is only opposite, otherwise the same. Otherwise the same. What I want to say, a gate terminal is taken out. A gate terminal is taken out. Okay. From the upper terminal, drain will be taken out. Drain will be taken out. And from the lower terminal, source terminal will be taken out. Only the arrowhead is towards output. So this is known as the arrowhead is towards output. What I want to say in this direction, the arrowhead is towards output. So this is known as P channel depletion enhancement or MOSFET. Now the second one is enhancement only MOSFET. Now the second one is enhancement only MOSFET. So enhancement only MOSFET symbol is quite differ from this enhancement depletion enhancement MOSFET, such that just see at this MS Paint file. Just see at this MS Paint file. In the case of enhancement only MOSFET, this one is your gate terminal. Here the drain and source terminal will be second into this split kind of region. So the upper terminal is your drain. Okay. The lower terminal is your gate. The lower terminal is your source terminal. The lower terminal is your source terminal. Lower terminal is your source terminal. Okay. But the arrowhead is towards input side. So this is your source. Okay, and for the P channel, the arrowhead is only output side. So this one is your gate terminal, and then split region will be there. The upper one is drain, the middle one with output arrowhead is your source current. So these are the basic symbols for the field effect transistor. Why we use the field effect transistor? In which those kind of devices in which the output current varies in accordance with the applied input voltage, then they are known as field effect transistor. And here the complete category is that field effect transistor are two types. One is junction field effect transistor and second one is metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. Because our topic is metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor, that's why focus on that a kind of device which construct from the semiconductors in which the output terminal taken out from after the aluminum metallization and a silicon dioxide layer is also work as a best insulator. Then a device in which the output current varies in accordance with the applied input voltage is known as your MOSFET, and they can be classified on the basis of how the output current will be, or number of charge carrier increases, decreases, only decreases, or only increases, like this kind of category. The two categories: one is depletion enhancement type MOSFET, and second one is enhancement only MOSFET. And in this MS Paint file, I just shown you about the construction of those, about the symbol of those MOSFETs. Now we are going to see the basic construction of MOSFET. Basic construction of MOSFET. Let's suppose I just want to see a MOSFET construction. Okay, now see that I want to build a n-channel MOSFET. N-channel MOSFET. Now how I will build? Now see on this MS Paint file, construction of a n-channel MOSFET. Okay, I just remove this MS Paint file and we will start from the second file. Now see. N-channel MOSFET. N-channel depletion enhancement MOSFET. N-channel depletion enhancement MOSFET. Let's suppose I want to construct a n-channel depletion enhancement MOSFET. Now how I can construct this n-channel depletion enhancement MOSFET? To construct that MOSFET, first of all, I have to take a p-type substrate. Substrate means a base material on which all those components or all those things. For example, if I want to construct a house, then first of all, I have to go for uh, a base of that, that is also known as new in Hindi language, that is known as new. So first of all we go for the new. Similar to that, to construct any semiconductor device like in MOSFET, first of all we should take a substrate, a base. So here, if you want to construct a n-channel depletion enhancement MOSFET, you should go for a p kind of substrate. If you want to build a p channel depletion enhancement MOSFET, then you have to go for n-type substrate, because our topic is n-channel depletion type MOSFET or n-channel depletion enhancement type MOSFET. So we have to use a substrate of n-type and sorry, p-type, because I want to build a n-channel MOSFET. That's why substrate is opposite material, that is p-type. So this is the substrate. Okay, p-channel substrate. First of all, we just use, if I want to build a n-channel MOSFET. If it is p-channel depletion enhancement MOSFET, then you should go for n-type substrate. So here I use p-type substrate. Substrate is a base. Okay, p-type substrate, on which two heavily doped n regions will be diffused. On which two heavily doped n regions. Now, what is the meaning of doping? As we have already been studied, to construct those n-type or p-type semiconductor, from the intrinsic semiconductor, we just add or we just dope some impurity in them, either trivalent like for p-type semiconductor or pentavalent like for n-type semiconductor. Due to those impurity doping, they will be constructed as a exchanging semiconductor. If during the time of those impurity doping, if the doping level is higher, it means in the pure semiconductor, if the impurity level is higher, which will mixed, which will doped in that, then the resulting exchanging semiconductor will be known as heavily doped exchanging semiconductor, either p-type or either n-type. So what I want to say, first of all, a p-type substrate we just take, like in the red color I just use a box which show you that it is a p-type substrate. on which two heavily doped N regions will be diffused. So N, normally N type semiconductor N regions is known as N, but when I use the term heavily doped, I should show it by a plus sign. So N plus region will be there that show that they are heavily doped. Okay, so on which two heavily doped N regions will be diffused. So one N region is, let's suppose, this one, and second one N region is, let's suppose, this one. Actually they are in the same distance. Okay, now they are p type semiconductor, they are N type, so we have to use N having a plus over there that show you that they are heavily doped, don't be confused. The plus sign show you that the doping level is higher, the doping layer is higher compared with the previous case. Okay. So now those two heavily doped N regions are diffused. Between that, a channel is diffused of the same kind of material. Which kind of material? Because here we use the N-type semiconductor for the for to deposit it on the P-type substrate. That's why the same kind of material means N-type. So here in between those two N regions, the heavily doped N regions, we will use a simple or N channel. Means simple means little doped or low doped, whose doping is low compared with those heavily doped N regions. So N channel is diffused in between them. So here in between them, N channel is diffused. So N channel is diffused. N channel is diffused. Okay. After that, a silicon dioxide which will behave as an insulator layer will be deposited over there. So a semiconductor layer of insulator layer, or we can say silicon dioxide layer, which will behave as a perfect insulator, will be deposited over there. So I just deposited a silicon dioxide layer. So it is a silicon dioxide layer which is deposited over there. So this is your silicon dioxide layer. Okay. So now I just write down here. Silicon dioxide layer. Silicon dioxide layer. Okay. So this is silicon dioxide, which behave as a perfect insulator. Perfect insulator. Which behave as a perfect insulator. So a silicon dioxide layer is also represented. Okay, which behave as a perfect insulator. After that, we have to taken out the terminal. That's why to taken out the terminal, aluminum metallization will be there. Aluminum metallization will be there. So I just draw the aluminum metallization over here. Now see very carefully the aluminum metallization. Okay. Now the terminals will be taken out by this aluminum metallization. Okay. Now this is aluminum metallization. With the help of this aluminum metallization, we will just taken out the terminal, in which on which this N channel, they will be taken from the they will be taken from the, yes, they will be taken from the N terminals. Okay, and in on this N diffused channel, we will take in the source and drain, middle terminals. So I just want to say that this will actually towards this side, this one towards this. Okay. and here the middle one is as it is. And now from this side we will taken out by with the help of aluminum metallization the third terminal, which is known as your gate terminal, which is known as gate terminal, which is known as gate terminal. Right. So we will taken out finally from this aluminum metallization. This is aluminum metallization. From this color, I just want to show that aluminum metallization is there to taken out the terminals. Okay, so three terminals will be taken out. This middle is this middle end is your diffused channel. This middle edge is your diffused channel. Diffused channel. And now the second output terminals names. So the middle terminal name is gate, the left hand side terminal here is your drain, and sorry, source, this one and this one. So three terminals will be taken out: drain, gate and source. So the left hand side terminal is your source terminal. So this left side terminal is your source, which is abbreviated as S. The middle terminal is your gate, which is abbreviated as D, and the rightmost terminal is your drain, that is abbreviated as D. So this is a basic constructions of this N-channel depletion enhancement MOSFET. If you just want to build a P-channel depletion enhancement MOSFET, you just use a N-type substrate on which a heavily doped P regions will be diffused. After the silicon dioxide and via the aluminum metallization, we just taken out the terminal name, drain, source, and gate. That's why with the help of this arrangement, we can take the terminals. So that is known as your N-channel depletion enhancement MOSFET. The N-channel depletion enhancement MOSFET. For the P-channel, I just copy and paste this diagram so you will understand that what is the construction of the P-channel depletion enhancement MOSFET. So just for the P-channel depletion enhancement MOSFET, the all things will be as it is. The PN and semiconductor, that's why semiconductor word is there. Aluminum metallization, that's why metal word is there. Silicon dioxide layer is there, that's why oxide word is there. So metal oxide semiconductor, and because the work from the working principle we will see that the output current depends on the applied input voltages or changes in accordance with the applied input voltage. That's why there is a word field effect transistor. So it is a MOSFET. Okay, so now in this construction you will see, so instead of these two heavily doped end regions, and the p-type substrate, if I use a n-type substrate, instead of this p-type substrate, if my substrate is n-type, I just mark it them as black color, whatever the changes I am going to do. And if the terminal on a n-type substrate, if the heavily doped p regions, which is denoted by p plus, will be diffused, and a diffused channel is created that is also of the same material P, then this is known as P-channel depletion enhancement MOSFET. So that is the construction of P-channel depletion enhancement MOSFET, as the left hand side show you the N-channel depletion enhancement MOSFET. So this is a construction of P-channel depletion enhancement MOSFET. P-channel depletion enhancement MOSFET. Now, when we will go for the working principle, remember that how you can use the symbolic representation of that one, apart from the basic symbol, how you will explain the working principle. So we can explain the working principle of this MOSFET with the help of the basic construct the materials which are used in the construction, because there are aluminum metallization is there, n-type semiconductor is there, substrate is there. That's why the gate terminal will be taken, drain terminal and source terminal. Remember those terminal name. Okay, now we are going to see the working principle of that kind of MOSFET. So this is the construction of N channel and P channel diffusion enhancement MOSFET. So this is your construction part, which is completed now. So how to construct a N channel or P channel diffusion enhancement MOSFET? It is now completed. Now we will see the next slide. Wait for a while. I just save this slide as another name. Okay. Now in on next page, just to see this one. Now the working principle of MOSFET. Now I am going to teach you about the working principle of MOSFET. First of all, remember that the diffusion enhancement kind of MOSFET follows the Shockley equation. The drain current, the output current, which is termed as drain current, ID, and the applied input voltage, because the input terminal is gate, the applied input voltage is always applied. The input voltage, which is the input, and output current, which is the output, that is I, and input voltage V. They can be abbreviated for a MOSFET as ID and VGS, because the applied input voltage is applied between the gate and source terminal, and the current applied between the current will be taken as the output current from the drain terminal. Okay. Apart from those, the input current is also there, that is known as IG. The output voltage is also there, that is known as VDS, which flow in between the drain and source. So to understand the working principle of MOSFET, first of all we should know about the Shockley equation. Shockley stat that the drain current, what is Shockley equation? Because the depletion enhancement MOSFET working principle follows the Shockley equation. Shockley equation. So Shockley say that the drain current ID is actually equal to IDSS 1 minus VGS upon VP whole square. What I want to say, the output current, drain current, that is known as output current, drain current. This is D instead of O. Okay, I just type the word. So the output drain current is equal to IDSS. IDSS. What is the meaning of this IDSS? When the drain and source terminals, the current which is flows between the drain and source terminal, when the third terminal is short circuited, that is gate terminal. You will see how it will happen from the working principle. IDSS 1 minus VGS upon VP whole square. This is known as Shockley equation. VGS upon VP whole square. Here VP is known as pinch off voltage. What is the meaning of pinch off voltage? We will see right now. So this is the working principle of MOSFET. Follow the equation that is known as Shockley equation, and Shockley equation can be termed as ID is equal to IDSS 1 minus VGS upon VP square, where the VGS is the applied input voltage in between gate and source terminal. This ID is the output current, ID, that is drain current. So this drain current changes in accordance with the applied gate to source voltage. So that is the basic definition of FET. Now this VP is the pinch off voltage. Now what is the meanings? Now see this. Let's suppose I have an N channel diffusion enhancement MOSFET. It means definitely my substrate is of P type. My substrate is of P type, on which two heavily doped N regions are diffused. On which two heavily doped N regions are diffused. Okay, the terminals will be taken out from them. The terminal will be taken out from them. Okay, so that the terminals are taken, or we can type them as vertical shape in the parallel manner. So you will see that I also consider this one as working principle like this one. So N channels are there. Okay, N channels are there. P kind of substrate is there. So P kind of substrate is there. One terminal after the aluminum metallization, and that is drain terminal. Let this is drain terminal, and one terminal from after the aluminum metallization and silicon dioxide layer, that is known as source terminal. So this is, let's suppose, the source terminal. This is, let's suppose, the source terminal. Okay, and the third terminal which is taken out from this is your substrate terminal, that is also known as substrate terminal. From this, of which the substrate layer is there, which we will use during the time of construction, is termed as SS. So substrate is actually internally connected with the source terminal. That's why double S word we will use. That is substrate which is actually shorted with the source terminal. The substrate which is actually shorted with the source terminal. Okay, and source terminal is the bottom one. Now the third one is the gate terminal. Third one is the gate terminal, which actually we just let's suppose this one is your gate terminal. This one is your gate terminal. After this silicon dioxide and aluminum metallization, your gate terminal. Now let's suppose I want to see the working of this MOSFET. Okay, first of all, the output will be taken out. The output battery which is connected between drain and source can be termed as IDSS. Can be termed as current is IDSS. Sorry, current is drain current. Currently, output current is drain current. Okay, and this battery which is in between drain and source, we can say it is VDD battery. Okay, let's suppose the output battery name is VDD, and the voltage, the particular voltage of this battery VDD at a particular moment of time in between drain and source terminal, let's suppose this is VDS, that is the voltage in between drain and source terminal. Okay, now when the input is shorted, it means when no input voltage. So input is my VGS, and this is input voltage, because of which I have to see that how the output current varies in case of MOSFET, because it is a field effect transistor. So on accordance, on variation or with respect to the applied input voltage, that is VGS, that is known as VGS here. So with respect to the VGS, how the ID will be varies, we have to see this thing. We have to see this thing. So now see very carefully that let's suppose when VGS is 0, when VGS is 0, so what will happen? So let's suppose in the first case, let's suppose VGS is 0. So VGS is 0, it means the drain and source terminal are added with each other. The drain and source terminal are added with each other. So if this is known as VGS equal to 0. After the completion of first step, I will remove all those things. So you just see very carefully. So when the input voltage is 0, so VGS is 0. So what will happen? Because the majority charge carrier in this N terminal, in N semiconductor, we know they are electrons. So electrons are the majority charge carrier. We know very well that electrons are the majority charge carrier in this case. Okay. And they are negative charge carrier, and because drain is connected with the positive terminal of the battery, that's why they get the attraction towards the upper side from towards the drain terminal. They get attraction towards the drain terminal. So a current, and we know that the battery negative terminal emit always the electrons. So electrons always towards the negative terminal, so enters in the source terminal, and inside electrons of those N type heavily doped regions, the electrons get attraction from the drain positive terminal of the battery, which is connected with the positive terminal of battery. That's why a easily current flow will be there. So this is known as the current in between drain and source terminal, which is actually flows when the third terminal is short circuited. So this is known as IDSS. So current will be flow, that is known as IDSS. Okay. Now we want to see the second case. Whenever a negative supply voltage is connected. So let's suppose I just connect VGS, I just tag VGS as negative. Now I just tag VGS as negative. VGS as negative. So what will happen? We will see. So VGS we just take as negative. So VGS is negative. It means in the gate and source connected with a battery such that the negative terminal is towards gate and the positive terminal is towards source. So this is known as VGS is negative. VGS is negative. So what will happen? So what will happen? Now we know that in N-type semiconductor, majority charge carrier are electrons. Majority charge carrier are electrons, and we know that negative terminal of the battery just repel them, just repel those electrons, because electrons are also negative charge carrier. So those negative battery, which is negative terminal, which is connected at the gate terminal of the battery, do not attract them, they just want to repel. So they get attraction towards the p side, and we know that towards the p side the majority charge carrier are holes. Okay, so it means in between the channel, it means in between the channel, the number of electrons which easily flow in the previous case will be now depleted, will be now decreases. So the current will be decreases now. So the current will be decreases now due to the applied input voltage. The current will be decreases. So it means output current is changes now. Now we'll see what will happen when the VGS is positive. Now we will see that what will happen when this VGS is positive. So what will happen when this VGS is positive? Now see very carefully. When this VGS is positive, when this VGS is positive, what will happen? Now see very carefully. VGS is positive, it means the upper terminal of the battery which is connected towards the gate terminal is positive, and the terminal which is connected towards the source is now negative. So this is known as VGS is positive. This is known as VGS is positive. This is known as VGS is positive. VGS is positive. VGS is positive. Okay. Now we see that VGS. So now see, sorry for the interruption. So VGS is now positive. So what will happen? See this one. Because VGS is positive, we know the majority carrier of the electrons are negative. Okay, and they get attraction towards the p side. They get attraction towards this positive side, but due to the silicon dioxide layer, they are not able to cross this boundary, so they get accumulated here. And even in the p-type semiconductor, the minority carriers are electrons, they also get attraction towards this. So the number of charge carrier in this region will be increases. So the number of charge carrier which flow in between the channel will be now increases. It means the drain current is now increases. So we see that when we will change the applied input voltage, one time it is 0, one time it is positive, one sorry negative, one time it is positive. So we see that current will be changes. One time it is a constant, it is a fixed value, maximum value. One time it decreases from the previous case, and one time it increases. So the output current, we prove that the output current in the MOSFET depend depends on the applied input voltage. So this is, that's why this is field effect transistor. And because the depletion, it means the decrease in the charge carrier, it means decrease in the output current, and increase or enhancement in the charge carrier or increase in the output current, both happens in the same kind of MOSFET when we just change the applied input voltage. So this MOSFET is known as depletion as well as enhancement type MOSFET. So I hope that with the help of this total theoretical analysis, you understand what is the working principle and construction of the MOSFET. Now we just see certain objective questions which are most frequently asked on the things which we have easily understand. Now, first of all, as a conclusion, if someone asks you that what is the difference between a FET and a MOSFET, then apart from all those detailed analysis, what are the simple things which you have already been measured till now, whatever I taught you from that in case of BJT, the output current depends on the input current, or the output current is just the amplification of the input current. But in the case of MOSFET, the output current varies in accordance with the applied input voltage. So that is a current driven device. The BJT was a current driven device, but here the MOSFET is a voltage driven device. The three terminals of that BJT was emitter, base, and collector, but here in this case of MOSFET, they are drain, source, and gate terminal. Okay, the BJT are of NPN and PNP type, but the MOSFET are of N channel, P channel, and further classified. A major classification is depletion enhancement and enhancement only kind of MOSFET. No Shockley equation is the principal equation to analyze any working principle, but here the Shockley equation, that is ID is equal to IDSS1 minus VGS divided by VP square, is the major equation to analyze the working principle of the depletion enhancement MOSFET. Okay, so these are the higher input impedance in case of MOSFET compared with the input impedance of the BJT. So these are certain differences which we just notice with the help of the basic symbols, and also the difference in the simple basic symbol, N channel and P channel, FET, MOSFET. These all have a different symbol compared with the simple transistor, emitter, base, collector symbol. Okay, so with the help of this today lecture, we can easily see that how FET, we can easily prove that how the output current depends on the applied input voltage, and how to construct a MOSFET, and what is the major differences between BJT and FET. Now we have to go for the certain objective questions. So let's just wait. We just show you certain objective questions. Objective questions from the MOSFET first of all. So just see this one. See certain objective questions and which we can easily find out answers with the help of these all analysis. A new file will be there, and we just see the objective questions from MOSFET. Or multiple choice question, we can say. So see, if someone see you that so I just come with some notes. The enhancement and channel MOSFET. Let's suppose you have a question, objective question, just in front of you, like this one, that the, the enhancement and channel MOSFET, the enhancement and channel MOSFET cannot be operated as enhancement MOSFET, cannot be operated as enhancement MOSFET by applying negative bias to gate, cannot be operated as enhancement MOSFET by applying positive gate bias gate, can be operated as FET. So what we can say, the enhancement and channel MOSFET cannot be operated as an enhancement MOSFET. Actually, the meaning is the enhancement and channel MOSFET cannot be operated as an enhancement FET. It is the meaning of this one is FET. So enhancement, or we can say N channel MOSFET as enhancement P kind P MOSFET. So definitely it will not be operated because N channel and P channel are quite differ from each other. That's why the answer is answer number 1. The enhancement N channel MOSFET cannot be operated as an enhancement P type of MOSFET. Now see the second objective questions, which is your MOSFET basic definition. That this is your second question, just come in front of you, that MOSFET stands for, the MOSFET stands for. So now this is your second question. What is on the basic theory of the MOSFET? The MOSFET stands for, okay, this is a very simple question. What is the meaning of MOSFET? We have already been taught you that MOSFET stands for metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. That's why the answer of this question is metal oxide semiconductor FET. So metal oxide semiconductor FET, it means the answer is your C instead of A, B, and D. Okay. So this is the answer of this second objective questions, definitely. So MOSFET stands for metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. Now we just come with the third example. Now see this one. The enhancement MOSFET is, your third question is, the enhancement MOSFET is, see very carefully, this is your third question, the enhancement MOSFET is, okay, the enhancement MOSFET is normally of MOSFET, okay, useful as a very good constant voltage source. No, it is not possible. Either enhancement only or depletion enhancement, they cannot be used as a constant voltage source. So answer B is not correct. Widely used for easy in its fabrication. No, not a easy fabrication of enhancement MOSFET, because there is a, the drain and source terminal will be taken out from the deflected from the separate layers instead of like the depletion enhancement, and normally on MOSFET. So it is written that it is a normally off MOSFET. It means O double F, normally off MOSFET, normally on MOSFET. So it is a normally off MOSFET actually. Normally off MOSFET actually. So the enhancement of MOSFET is termed as normally off MOSFET. Remember this thing. Normally off MOSFET. Okay. Now the third one is, now the next one is the MOSFET combines the area of, now see this next question which is in front of you, just see this question. The MOSFET combines the areas of, okay, field effect, semiconductor and TTL. No, it is not a transistor logics. That's why the answer B is incorrect. MOS technology, yes, it behaves as a MOS technology. And CMOS technology, no, it cannot use together the N type and P type. That's why not CMOS technology. And none of the mention is also incorrect. It is a field effect and MOS technology. So your correct answer will be answer E. Okay. Now the next objective questions is, which is incorrect terminal? Which of the following terminal does not belong to the MOSFET? Now see this one. They are very simple but frequently asked questions in competition exam. Remember this thing. Which of the following terminal does not belong to the MOSFET? कौन सा टर्मिनल नहीं है MOSFET में? Which one is not in MOSFET? So definitely drain is available in MOSFET, gate is available in MOSFET, and the third terminal is source, but base is not available. So my answer of this question is base, because it is not available in the MOSFET, because it will not available in the MOSFET. So these are certain objective questions, so which you can easily solve because of the theory which we have already been studied till now in the case of this topic named MOSFET. Now my next question is, let's suppose choose the correct answer. Okay, now see, with the help of that analysis which we have already been done in terms of construction and working principle, now tell me the answer of this question. When you will see this question, it is not a tough question, it is a easy question but a minded question. Now which one is correct? MOSFET is a uncontrolled device, MOSFET is a voltage controlled device, MOSFET is a current control device, or MOSFET is a temperature control device? Because till now whatever we studied in the MOSFET, we didn't say anything related to the temperature. It means it is not related with the temperature control. It is not a temperature control device. It is not a current controller device, because at the output we will taken out the current, but due to the change in applied input voltage, the current will be changes. That's why it is not the driver of this device, or the main element is not the input current or output current, it is input voltage. That's why it is not a current control device. Now the B object is, MOSFET is a voltage control device. Yes, MOSFET is a voltage control device, because the output current can be controlled only and only by the applied input voltage. That's why it is a voltage control device. So the answer B is correct. And the first is, MOSFET is an uncontrolled device. No, this is a wrong statement. So the answer will be, MOSFET is a voltage controlled device. Now the next is, which one is the correct statement? The typical statement is written, so you should see that which one is the correct statement. Now see very carefully. MOSFET is a unipolar, bipolar. Okay, BJT was the bipolar junction transistor, but FET is a unipolar device. Okay, a single PN semiconductor is there. That's why MOSFET or JFET both are FET, so they are unipolar. So the first statement, B object, MOSFET is a bipolar, is incorrect, and the D statement, MOSFET is a bipolar, that is also incorrect. But the first is MOSFET is unipolar, and D MOSFET is C MOSFET is unipolar. Both can be correct. Now the second, voltage control. So definitely they are voltage control device. In the A object, two terminal device. No, MOSFET is a three terminal device. That's why object third, the answers third on this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is question number 6. So in this question number 6, the answer is C. MOSFET is a unipolar, voltage controlled, three terminal semiconductor device. Voltage is a three terminal semiconductor device. Now the next example, very simple. So now see this next objective questions. The arrow of the MOSFET is actually, see the arrow of the symbol. Okay, in the N channel MOSFET or P channel MOSFET, either it is depletion enhancement or enhancement only MOSFET. We have already been noticed that there is a sign of arrow. So the question is, what is the meaning of that arrow? So the arrow of the symbol of MOSFET indicate that it is a N channel MOSFET, it is a P channel MOSFET, the direction of electrons, the direction of conventional electron flow. Definitely they just show that what is the direction of the electrons flow. The direction of the electrons flow. They just to show that what is the direction of the electrons flow. So it is very easy question. Now what is the controlling? Oh, now the next question. See very carefully. It is a very good question. So now see. The next objective question is, okay, that which one is the controlling parameter in case of MOSFET? Which one is the controlling parameter? Now we know that MOSFET is a voltage control device. That's why the controlling parameter is voltage. Now which voltage? Definitely input voltage, because the output current varies in accordance with the applied input voltage. That's why the input voltage is the controlling parameter. Now what is input terminals? Because there are three terminals in the MOSFET: drain, from which we will taken out the output current, that is drain current ID, source and gate. Source is the middle terminal, and gate. So what are the input terminal? Gate and source is those terminal on in between those terminal. We just applied the battery. Because of that applied battery, whatever the voltage they generate in between the gate and source terminal, due to that there will be a effect on the output drain current. That's why the controlling parameter is gate to source voltage, and the gate to source voltage is termed as VGS. So the answer C is correct. So we see that with the help of those questions, those analysis, with the help of those analysis which we have already been covered it in now, in terms of the construction, working principle, symbolic representation of the MOSFET, we are capable to solve certain frequently asked question of objective questions of many government examination, competition examinations. So I, Rakesh Jain from Gyanwar University, say thanks to you for watching the video. Thank you very much.